Hello, in this video I make conclusions about those timeline features, and I just started to create timeline maybe a week or a few weeks ago, and now I'm up with the first results here in Tripscode freeware project. And for this purpose I have opened up a pre-rigged scene, and let's open up this poses list. Here we see it, and I can navigate these poses for this character with up and down arrows. And I just make this view a little bit better to be in. So we can see here. And this new timeline is here above those buttons, and I can just click to go into a current frame. And I go into first frame, and I just start with the first default pose and press Ctrl I, and then I press right mouse right arrow 2 times. Then I go into next with down arrow, Ctrl I, down arrow, Ctrl I, down arrow, I, oh. And now I am at the 120th frame, and I just close this panel, and I press Alt T to start playback. This Alt T executes this the former keyframes player function, and I press Escape to escape this playback. Here we see while this player is running the current frame, and I can now, I don't need to have this poses window open necessarily. I can just be in the viewport and Ctrl I shortcut places also keyframes in this mode. I go into next frame, and I visualize those transformers and locators, and I create a new pose for this character in this frame. I press F to fix those IK chains. I select this diamond shape root node and Shift G. I go into next pose, maybe here. Shift S, I can rotate this one. Okay, I press Ctrl I to place this one, and here next. Ctrl I, and I test it out, Alt T. Okay, I had a very tough time to come up with this player code, because those frames tended to flip or slide over Metals timeline, and I created a very straightforward logic to cancel out maybe false frames that I had here in this line. Had a modulus operator for the time frame, and then I just quit this way and I made a very simple logic. This is we see here the Turner loop. F equals 0, F is greater or equal to 0, and F++. And it takes as a first sentence this this reset condition when the F should restart counting. And the current frame equals then timeline start plus F. And this means that I can change this timeline start here. Let's try it out. I place it here 100, and I try to play Alt-D. Because when something is wrong with those frames, then we instantly got unwanted results with this playback. But this one looks good. And then here I can change the end frame, type in 300 and press enter, and I just do a few more frames here. Okay, Ctrl I, Shift key, I, make a little turn here. Here I see that my fingers here are not good, but this because it has untraditional setup with those chains for the fingers. And I just Ctrl I, and I test this one out, how it works. And this is good. Alright, we have one deformer right now, and I wish to showcase also this bones mode and subcharacter tab. And subcharacters are related to individual bone chains in the former character. And I selected just the bones for this hand, and I press add subcharacter, rename it right hand, and I add pose for this one. And now I do this one, and I select those palm bones, and I with the tilde character I can rename them. I can name them right palm. So, and I add pose for it. And now I just wish to create new poses for it. We see this is messed up with those IK chains, because this is not the way for palm setup. Maybe it also because this test file was created a long time ago, and software received updates meanwhile. But anyway, I just go out of the bone mode, and I create a new pose for it. Something happened, I don't know what. little bit uncertain about this file because I don't know if it is good or up to date. But anyway, I wish to demonstrate what those subcharacters are, and maybe I just select this here. And I open up the subcharacters list and the new pose. And for hand, I'm trying to do also a new pose for it. And let's add here also a pose. And these are then the subcharacter poses. And I can then create this overall pose with help of those subcharacter poses. Okay, with subcharacter poses I need to have selected the subcharacter itself to be able to apply this pose correctly. And this is a somewhat hierarchy dependent way, because my hand really can be in a different pose or position, and then the palm is following it. Let's see if I place this one. And they were not changed very much. This is not a good test file because of this hand and those IK chains. I wish to examine what is going on here. This is without IK chains. Maybe I can here demonstrate this better, but anyway, I can then create a pose and then place a keyframe, and it should play then also fine.